Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to be doing an Ultra Highland Chamber aka Villosa, Nepenthes Villosa tour. I just wanted to refresh you on the setup sort of here, and we are going to be installing some new Inkbird thermometers and temperature sensors and humidity sensors in here so I can get a more accurate read of what's going on. Alright, so before we get too far into plants today, let's have a look at what we're going to be working with to set up the new temperature sensor and humidity sensor. Inkbird was nice enough to send me some new toys to play with, so thank you for that, Inkbird. And yeah, they seem really cool so far. It is a two sort of component system. This is the IBS-TH2, that is the humidity and temperature sensor. And that is basically, you're going to download the Inkbird app. It's Inkbird Pro, and it sets up super easy to that. I'll get to the setup in just a second. This on its own is a Bluetooth temperature sensor, which in my case doesn't work well for me because I'm so far away from the shop here where the Highland Chamber actually is. So they're also kind enough to send me the IBS-MI Wi-Fi gateway, which then allows this to hook up to the internet, and you can read it from anywhere in the world, which is really a lot more helpful in my case. So I have had a chance to play around with these guys, and it's honestly pretty simple and pretty cool. So as I say, first you need to download the Inkbird Pro app, and then you're going to make your account and everything like that. These guys here, the Wi-Fi gateway is super simple, super small, super lightweight. It doesn't actually plug into your router, so that is nice. Some gateways do. This one just plugs in with a little port here straight to the wall with like a 5-watt little cable, almost like for charging your phone. I found setup of this was super easy. You just had to add the new product in the app, enter your Wi-Fi password, and away it went. And it was super easy. Setup was done in a couple minutes. And then this guy here, that is the actual sensor itself. The crazy thing with this, once this was set up, all I did was I actually just unscrewed the back, added a couple AAA batteries, went to go set it up, and I realized the Wi-Fi gateway had already picked it up and it was working perfectly. There was nothing else I had to do. It was like probably the most simple Wi-Fi temperature sensor setup that I've done so far. So again, I want to thank Inkbird for these guys. And now let's go and actually get them into the Ultra Highland Chamber. Okay, so this is it up and running, the Wi-Fi gateway. Seems to have one blue blinking light there, and it literally comes on in seconds once it's plugged in again, like after you've configured the Wi-Fi. So I'm just going to put it on the wall here. It's on the opposite side as the Ultra Highland Chamber, about 20 feet away. But this has to go through the actual freezer as well, because the freezer is going to be closed. So now let's go get this guy in there, and then show you some Villosa. And with this guy, it is waterproof, so that is nice. If I accidentally missed it or spray it, nothing's going to happen. And I'm going to just sit it down here, and that is as far as it needs to go. Once this is closed up, it's going to read the Wi-Fi. What I can do, I'm going to put just a photo of what the app looks like on the phone, or like on your screen right now, so you can just get a screenshot of the app. It's really clean, colorful, easy to use. And you can actually check back in history to see like exactly what happened when. You can set the intervals from 1 minute to like 30 minutes. So depending on how you want to conserve your battery and how accurate you want to be, you can have like minute by minute updates on this. But now that I'm confident that I'm going to get, oh yeah, and it actually gives temperature alerts as well. So you set your temperature parameters, and if it leaves that, my phone gets a notification that the temperature is awry in one way or the other, which is nice. It gives you peace of mind as well. So it's just going to sit there and do its thing. And yeah, let's have a little look here. So this is my Ultra Highland Chamber. For you, those of you who haven't seen this before, it has been a while since I have done a video on this. This is a little chest freezer, and it is on a circuit that cools down to about 10 Celsius or 52 Fahrenheit at night, and then warms back up and it warms up just from the ambient room temperature, so it slowly warms up to about 20 Celsius or 72 Fahrenheit, and then in the daytime it'll turn on again to maintain the daytime temperature. Things have been doing really well in here. Lots of leaf jumps on stuff. I'm excited. We did go backwards for a while after I moved to the new location. Leaves got a little bit smaller instead of bigger. I was, at least on this guy they did, but they're getting bigger again, so that's nice. We're actually getting some Villosa-like pictures on these guys now, which is also nice. Just with them getting some size to them. So I do find in here they picture very well, very easily. Humidity is up about 90% most of the time. And I do very little to the actual chamber itself. I water the media when it's approaching dryness. I try not to actually spray the plants. I don't like them too wet. There is a circulating fan down below. It's hanging on the underside of this egg crate, and I can totally feel the air moving around. It's actually blowing up into the camera right now. It's quite strong. Even with the lid open, you can see like little bits of moss moving around. If I can find some moss that are moving. This guy here he's moving around because he's got good airflow even with the lid open. A few other orchids in here as well. One of my favorites, Dendrobium cuthbertsonii. Does really well with the cool temperatures. So it blooms basically 100% of the time in here, which is nice. The blooms actually last about 6 months, so that's cool. And yeah, things are doing so well in here. It's just amazing. Lighting is simple. This used to be in the greenhouse. Now it is in an actual building as opposed to in my greenhouse. It gives my greenhouse more space for growing outside, and it gives us just that much more control because I know what the parameters are in the actual area that it's in. But yeah, really, it's done really well. There's Villosas from all over the place in here, and even some little guys. They do really well. Again, even with the little Villosa, I try to keep temperatures in check, and I try not to like smother them in live mosses or anything like that. I think they appreciate the airflow around them. They take a whole lot less water than some of the bigger guys, so I water them about half as much, and they stay twice as moist even though I water them half as much. And so the other Villosa, I make sure I water. If I can put my finger in there and it comes out wet, I don't water, but if I do that and it's like dry, I can feel the water but it doesn't come out wet, then I'll give it a little drink of water. I have switched with these guys to basically just rainwater or RO water, and they seem to be really liking that. So yeah, anyways, there we go. Thank you again, Inkbird, for the temperature sensor and the smart gateway. I'm going to put a link to the description for those guys on Amazon. That's where they are most prevalent anyways. And it'll be amazon.ca, and I'll try to do amazon.com as well for the link for those guys. Seem to be awesome products so far. And I'm really looking forward to using them for a little while and charting the temperatures and humidities and really fine-tuning everything that's needed. So I hope you like this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel. As always, thanks for watching. Bye guys.